Hi, this is Carrie Ann with our Teen Talk. We are coming to you live from our Dress Hot. We were so excited to have all our girls back in, and we also have a new teen coming with us, and we're going to introduce you to her now. Her name is Ivana. Hello. Let me grab you the microphone here. We'll walk over. I feel like Oprah. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name's Ivana. Okay. My name's Ivana. I really enjoy playing games with my friends and stuff. Nothing much about me.
Where do you go to school?
I go to Moon Middle School.
Okay, and how old are you, honey?
I am going to be 11 this year.
11. So Ivana is one of our Princess brand ambassadors for Dress Hot, and we did a photo shoot, and she is going to help promote Dress Hot throughout the teens so that they understand what we're about as far as like body positive and everything. So we're welcoming you to our Teen Talk group. Okay. And then we have our Zoe, Mackenzie, Bethany, and Emma, and Paige will be joining us shortly. So this Teen Talk, we're going to have, I had all the girls basically draw a picture of themselves, and we're going to talk about words. Words, ever hear that? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. But that is a facade, because I'd rather someone break my leg, and that heals. But words stay with you for a very long time. And it's very important for us to figure out how we can overcome the nasty words that are being said. And let's face it, in today's society, there's a lot of mean words. There's a lot of nastiness going on, social media, bullying, and how can we overcome that? So we're going to start with Zoe. She's going to show you a picture of her and talk about the words that have been said to her throughout her young life. Okay. Okay, Ms. Zoe.
So I can't really draw, but I tried. So childish, that was always said to me just because was funny and I would just make jokes about everything. I've been called ugly. I've been called fake by ex-friends. Annoying because I can be loud and I joke a lot. I've been called fat by mean kids in middle school. I've been called stupid, and I've been called selfish.
So how did those words make you feel, Zoe?
They made me sad when it happened, but now I just try to let it roll off my shoulder, and I try not to let them bother me. So it was kind of hard to do this because I forget them, because I don't like it to affect me.
Okay. So let's go to Mackenzie.
Hi. I also can't draw. This is my picture. I have been called annoying. Well, my personality, I'm talkative. Yes, ma'am. I've been called annoying. She's been fake. Some people have told me that I should lose weight. I'm selfish. But I don't really care, because I'm that's your person. If you want to say that, go ahead. But you're just hurting. You just want to make yourself feel better by hurting someone. So.
Okay, this is my picture. My head's really small. So mine are quotes that I found that people leave on some of my videos and stuff. My personal favorite is your speech patterns are annoying. That one was really funny. This one's not on here, but I just want to mention it because it's great. But someone left a 2-page paragraph about how unfunny I am, and I think it's ironic, but some people used to tell me that I'm not enough. I'm not pretty enough. I always mess everything up. This is a fun quote. I feel sorry for whoever is going to marry you. Sorry. You're really annoying. You're never going to be enough, and you're never going anywhere in life. So those are some of my favorites. But I also like poke fun at them because I think they're funny. So I don't really let them affect me anymore. They used to, but you kind of become numb to it eventually.
Okay. Oh God. So this is mine, courtesy of Bethany for drawing the facial features because I got nervous and couldn't do that. So some little like quotes. I've been called a tryhard, which I don't really get how that's an insult. I'm just trying my best, but it had like that whole negative connotation to it. Been called a suck up. I've been called a snob because, I'm real quiet normally. Well, not anymore. I used to be real quiet, so I wouldn't talk to a lot of people, and they thought, oh, well, she's not talking to me because she thinks she's better than I am. But, I just was nervous. I got in the, if you weren't so tall, you could, do other stuff. Like, if you weren't so tall, you would be able to wear that. If you weren't so tall, you could do this, this, and this, which I can't change my height. Whatever. I've been called a less pretty version of Carrie Fisher. Like how you have like the Walgreens version of Carrie. That was me. Yeah. I've been called ugly. I just remembered that one really hurt. I remember that stung for a while. And you managed to mess up like everything. Yeah. I mean, initially, all of these were pretty heartbreaking, but now I look back at them and I'm just like, whatever. People are going to say stuff. You can't change what they're thinking, and that shows who they are as a person. So, you just got to let it roll off the shoulder sometimes.
Okay, and then Ivana, tell us a little bit about words that have been said to you. Being 11 years old, and you can't imagine, you've only had 11 years of life, so
I've been
what
called
words
lots of
have come
things.
out?
I have a lot, but like these are just my favorite things. So here's my nice drawing. Could not connect the face lines, but you know what? We good. I've been called annoying multiple times because of how loud and obnoxious I am. I've by a couple boys when I was in like first grade. I've been called gorilla a lot, and I don't really get it. Like
What have you been called?
a gorilla.
A gorilla.
Yeah. I've been called ugly a lot. I've been called loud a lot. But that doesn't really affect me that much because if I'm loud enough, I'll be heard. I've been called weird for the things I like. But it's just like, okay, cool, you do you. I've been called tall, but like it was told to me in a mean way. So, yeah. I take it as a compliment, like, thank you for noticing that I'm very tall. But, yeah. And then last but not least, I've been called embarrassing more than all of the words on this. So, yeah.
Embarrassing. That's how would you be embarrassed? Like friends? Are these friends that are calling you this, or just people that you don't really hang out with?
Some of them are friends, but some of them are in like a funny way, and a lot of them are like people who are not really friends with me a lot, who don't really know me very much, but I just like, okay. But yeah.
Did you just transferred to that school, correct?
Mhm.
So where did you go prior to move?
I originally went to Allard. It was a close school by me, pretty small, but yeah.
So Moon's a little bit bigger than what you were used to
Mhm.
younger.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So how did you overcome these mean words?
I just kind of look at them now. I'm like, I mean, I take it as a compliment now. Like, if I were to be called loud, I would go louder just so I can be heard by everybody. But I just kind of shrug them off, like, okay, cool. You say what you want to me. Words are words.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So so basically from the time whenever you guys were younger, like Ivana, you've had to grow like self-esteem, self-confidence, and really build up because you guys are all seniors, your first year college student, and words anymore, they really don't bother you, but when you were her age, it could have, it probably bothered you a little bit more than, and it seems like it starts like in middle school. Did Did you guys have people nasty in elementary?
In my opinion, no, because we were all like in a classroom, and you just had to deal with the people like in your little classroom. Like you had your like little popular group, and then you had your guy group, and then you had like the kids who just read all the time. But like I feel like there wasn't a lot of like hate in with my school, like my classrooms, no, but it's different through other schools. Bethany?
Well, when I was in middle school, Mackenzie over here bullied me.
Okay, I'm talking about elementary school.
Okay, elementary school. I was like more on the popular side in elementary school, but there were like 30 kids in my class. So like my entire grade for that school. So it was like not a big accomplishment or anything. But most of the comments I got were from like my brother and my dad, where they'd like gang up on me. Like the I feel sorry for anyone who's going to marry you one was said at the dinner table one night. So like, you know, I don't live with him anymore, so it's fine, but yeah, he's mean.
Yeah, he's mean. Anyway, obviously, I think you had like a point about you're all in one classroom together. As soon as, you know, middle school hits, you start branching out, you start meeting more and more people, and that's when I think the anxiety start. Like I said, I was real quiet, but there were other people who were more outgoing than I was. So I think that's when it starts hindering you from, you know, you talked about self-esteem. You get one mean comment that you're not used to yet. So that hurts, and it sticks with you for a while. But eventually, like, we've all had these things said to us. How many times? So she had a point. She goes, you just go numb to it after a while. You're so used to it, the meanness, that you don't feel anything anymore.
And I did not bully Bethany.
So like in elementary school, my school was so small that we knew everybody knew each other, so it didn't really start in elementary. I'd say like 6th, 7th grade is when it started. 'Cause kids are just mean. Like it's crazy to me how mean kids are. And I don't know. I think that is like 6th and 7th grade is when you like start to like know yourself more, and then that's when you have your own issues, so you like they take it out on other people. And I think that's why like it starts.
Well, the words that have been said to me is that you're never never gonna make anything of yourself. Fat. I was a cheerleader. There's always has to be one bigger cheerleader, and I was just like, okay, whatever. I mean, I was strong. I mean, I talked to the non-popular kids as well as the popular kids, and I was just I was me. And I think that, it took a lot of time for me to be able to get to the point where I have confidence. I mean, we've been in business for 10 years. I think I have brought a lot and built this business up from the bottom. And I think with, our teen talks that we are helping teens out there. For anybody that is watching, we were nominated. I mean, you don't need an award and stuff like that to show that, you've made something of yourself. But I mean, words can be, my brother would say to me, if you just lost weight, you'd be okay. I'm like, what, like, what's wrong with me now? And that stuff does stick with you regardless. I mean, I love him, but I was just like, psst, rude, but it is challenging. And I don't understand why everyone has to be so nasty. But then I always learned that it's something that they're dealing with. It has nothing to do with you. They're projecting what they feel inside onto somebody else because you're maybe shining brighter than they are. And therefore, they're trying to dim your light, And I think that's what's important to understand, that anytime someone's having a bad day, it's not your fault. It's basically, they're dealing with something at home. They're dealing with something personally. And it's very challenging, I would say, to keep that mindset, Because if you even take a look at what's going on in social media, you take a look at what's going on, Facebook, even with, regardless, we're not going to get into political, but regardless, with if you're for, against the president or whatever, I mean, I saw people making comments about, I hope he dies. Karma is crazy. I'm like, that is just so wrong to want somebody else, basically to die, right? I mean, regardless, I mean, you're a human being. Okay, we're going to cut it right here. So, okay, Paige, I need you to hurry up, quickly draw your face, negative things that have been said to you, and then they're going to have to cut and edit, okay? And then we'll go back to you. So as she's doing that. Okay. So basically, we could talk about social media and how nasty people are, and we're not going to talk politics, but just wanting the president to die from COVID, I mean, that is so wrong, because I think if we would just take time and be kind to people and show love, I mean, that's what this whole world's about, is about love, and it's about treating people as if you want to be treated, and calling people's names and wishing people would die. That's just so mean, and it's just so disheartening that we have come as a country to that, and it's just very, how do we overcome that? So what do you guys think that we can do? Because our next conversation, our next show is going to be about, overcoming, I hate to bring this up, but we're going to talk about sexual abuse. We're going to talk about the child trafficking, because there is a lot out there that is going on, that teens these days on social media, there's predators out there that are going to be, they're looking for young teens, your age. That's sick, but and if they don't have that confidence that, this is wrong, or I feel confident in myself that I'm not going to go down that route, because a lot of teens that don't have a structured background, a lot of teens that come from abusive homes, a lot of teens that don't have that financial stability behind them, they get drawn into that type of lifestyle. Because, just with Epstein, I don't know if you guys ever watched the information, but, that's what he preyed on, was people that, young girls that could not afford, and he gave them a lifestyle that they thought was right. And it's a very touchy subject, but I think it all has to start from inside, and love, and be kind, because if you feel like you have nowhere to go and somebody over here is giving you attention and it's not the right attention, that's the direction you're going to go. So how do you think we can overcome the evilness and the meanness that is going on right now in social media and the world?
I think just spreading love, because there are so many negative people, and if one person spreads love, then it can maybe carry on, and other people can see that you're doing that and then try to do it.
What Zoe was saying, I agree with her. It can be a chain reaction to have if you say something nice and then someone will compliment someone else, so it makes someone's day. If you're working, someone pays for your food and then they pay for the person before them. If they're having a bad day and they do something that would make their day better. So it just, what it's saying, a chain reaction. Just if everyone does something nice, the world would be a better place, because then there will be no negatives.
Okay. Honestly, I think that if even just leaving positive comments completely overlays the negative comments. So sometimes I'll get a comment that's really mean, but then someone else will be like, are you dumb? This is fine. There's nothing wrong with this. And then more people will back up the person being positive than the one being negative, and it just kind of almost cancels out. So just leave positive messages instead of negative ones. And if you have something negative to say, it's fine. Everyone can have their own opinion, but just be wary of what you're saying and doing to others.
Can I tell a story? Yes. Yes. Okay. I finally have a good story that aligns with this. Okay. So, this was actually really recently. I play tennis. I feel like I've said that a bunch of times. I play tennis. But one day I was paired with this girl who she's on my team, but we'd never really played together before. And we were going up against 2 other girls. Anyway, so I'd never really been paired with her before. And, I wasn't used to playing with her. And we ended up almost winning this practice match we were playing together. And, it was just practice. It was really casual about it. We were all talking, having a good time. And afterwards, my coach told me that this girl who I'd played with said, this day made my entire year. Not my month, but my year. Because apparently some other girls, I don't know, must not be so nice to her on the team. And that was, to make someone's year, that brought me to like tears. I was crying in my house because I was like, I made someone's year so much better just because I was myself and I was nice to her and we had a good time together. That's my story.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
So coming from such like a negative school, there was a lot of other things, but these were like the number ones. So I was called fake a lot of the times because like how nice of a person I am, they take it as like fake. And then people made fun of my acne, and because I wear makeup, they made fun of me because like cake face or like you wear too much makeup and stuff like that. So, and then as for like just being positive, I've tried a lot because there's so much negativity in the world. I've noticed myself like Target, Chipotle, like random places, if there's somebody like I see wearing something like I like or something like that, I'll be sure to tell them, because I feel like there's so much like negatives and you never know what people are going through. I feel like telling them I like your shirt or I like your jacket, I think that's a great way to make somebody's day.
Hello. So about the social media stuff, I see lots of negative social media stuff around like Twitter, Instagram and stuff. And personally, when I see one of those things, the first thing I think is to report it. It's one simple button, just click report, and to post more of a positive pictures and texts and stuff, just to spread more positivity around the world and getting rid of all the negative things around the world. That's my take on it.
So basically just showing a little bit more love and compassion for people that are dealing with anything, and like for negativity just needs to like squash it. It's very important for us to be able to uplift people versus bringing them down. But it's just so important for us to show love. And maybe on October 15th, let's just pick a day. October 15th is like Love Day. So basically when you wake up that morning on the 15th, just send somebody a message that, hey, I've been thinking about you and I truly love you. Put something on your social media that, love is kind, and just be happy that you have another day to live. And let's try to turn things around, because we're all one, we're all in this together. And we basically need to feel like we're all connected one way or the other. You don't have to like somebody, but you can surely take 1 second and just be kind and not be nasty and rude. And it's so important that you don't know what somebody walks through. You don't know what somebody is doing in their life or going through in their life. You have no right to judge anybody, but all you do have is the right to be able to show love and compassion and kindness, because that's going to go a lot farther than it will as far as being mean. Well, I appreciate you coming today and watching us, and I appreciate all the girls joining us today. This is Carrie Ann and my teens, and we will be catching you next time, and we'll be talking about more in-depth conversation with a touchy subject as far as sexual abuse as well as sex trafficking. So stay tuned for that show. And we're hoping that on the 20th, we got nominated for the best series for our Teen Talk, and we're looking forward to getting the results, and we'll be coming back to you for that. So, but we don't need an award for that, but we just know that we hope that we can help somebody out there by watching our videos. So thank you so much. And Carrie Ann, out.